It's a great honor to have my friend Mort Klein on the program. Mort Klein really is a great patriotic American, and he's a intrepid defender of the state of Israel. But he and I see things the same way, which is to defend one is really defending the principles of the other. And the people who hate Israel hate America. The people who hate America hate Israel. Now Mort is the president of ZOA, and that's a fantastic organization as well, Zionists of America, which simply means they support the state of Israel. Apparently that's controversial these days. The Biden administration, Mort, as I understand, has been putzing around with some kind of regulation involving anti-Semitism, and now they cut the baby in half. They apparently buckled to CARE, to J Street, to the ADL, and other phony organizations, or even worse. Is that correct? And can you explain this to us?
Yes, Mark. It's an honor to be with someone as extraordinary as you.
Thanks, Mort.
The United States came out just a few hours ago with their program of how to fight Jew hatred, anti-Semitism. Instead of using the normal, respected, accepted definition for anti-Semitism called the IRA definition, they instead added to it as a valuable tool two other definitions by Nexus and others. These other definitions that they're now promoting as valuable and important say if you oppose the Jewish states of Israel's very existence, that's okay. That's not anti-Semitic. If you treat Israel differently from any other country, that's not anti-Semitic at all, which means the United Nations, for example, which has overwhelming number of their criticisms of countries, overwhelmingly it's against Israel. But that wouldn't be anti-Semitism, according to the new definition of Biden. When a journalist is killed in Israel, embedded journalists are killed in war situations all the time. No country is ever condemned for it. It happens. When Israel has a journalist killed, the whole world starts condemning Israel, which of course is anti-Semitism. They're being treated differently. So this report allows the George Soroses, the anti-Israel politicians, to no longer be allowed to be called anti-Semitic. It allows the campus programs on college campuses that promotes boycotting Israel. Now it's no longer anti-Semitism. So we can't fight him as readily. This is a very dangerous definition that he's put out. And it's interesting, he put it out 2 hours before this very holy day tonight called Shavuos. So the Israeli public won't be able to respond. But I'll tell you, I got many officials in Israel have sent me emails earlier today, famous officials, horrified by this definition. In addition, Mark, it doesn't say anything about the most important anti-Semitism, which is radical Islamic anti-Semitism and radical black anti-Semitism, like Louis Farrakhan, and the anti-Semitism of the squad in Congress, Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib, who opposes Israel's very existence. That's ignored. All he talks about, Biden, is white supremacy. No, which is not an important source of anti-Semitism. It's certainly there, but it's not the most problematic situation. So the
Biden administration, Mort Klein, president of ZOA, has watered down the definition of anti-Semitism to accommodate the bigots at the UN, the self-hating secularists who are funded by Soros, these organizations that Alan Dershowitz has so beautifully written about, J Street and so forth, to kowtow to CARE and the ADL. And so the word anti-Semitism doesn't really mean what it used to mean. He just watered it down. And he puts out a video today acting like, again, he's the great leader, like he's the great leader of the black community when he was a segregationist. Now he's a great leader of the Jewish community. He's going to protect them from the white supremacists, which are a problem, but not a problem like others, which you just said, correct?
In addition to more than watering down the definition, including a definition that's dangerous and frightening that will protect major Jew haters in Congress officials in the world and on campuses. It protects them now. You can't call them anti-Semitic according to what Biden's embracing. In addition, in the same sentence, when he condemns anti-Semitism, Biden in this report condemns Islamophobia, homophobia, transphobia, misogyny. In other words, he makes anti-Semitism no longer unique by coupling it, combining it with these other phobias. And these other groups don't have nearly the amount of dangerous hate speech and attacks as the Jews do. 63% of all hate attacks in America, according to religion, 63% against Jews, not against Muslims or Christians or any of these other groups. So he's really watered down a terrible way. And let me tell you something else dangerous here. I must say, Mark, he wants hate speech to be abolished. This is very dangerous. Of course, we're all against hate speech. No one should use it. But how will he be defining hate speech? Here it says we have to abolish hate speech. That means if I attack Louis Farrakhan, is that hate speech? Will they say that means I'm a racist? If I attack the radical group Black Lives Matter, is that racist? If I attack Iran or radical Islam, is that racist? It's very dangerous what he put in this report by wanting to abolish all hate speech, which means it's anyone's idea of how they will define it. And this is really another dangerous aspect of this whole report.
So in other words, the same radical leftists that have been running this administration did this. They pretty much did this. Tell me, Mort Klein of ZOA, while I have you, the president of Zionists of America, let me ask you this. How has the Biden administration been in terms of Israel when it comes to Iran?
Biden appointed Obama's close friend, Robert Malley, to be the lead negotiator on Iran. Malley is known as an extremely strong supporter of Iran and a strong supporter of negotiating and dealing with Hamas with respect. That alone shows they're not serious. In addition, all of the strong sanctions that Donald Trump had put in place against Iran, which was having a tremendous effect, Biden is ignoring those sanctions against Iran, allowing Iran to raise and sell billions of dollars worth of oil and other equipment, strengthening Iran, getting them to have many more funds. These funds Iran uses to give to Hamas, to Hezbollah, and other terrorist groups in the Middle East and South America. So he has been a disaster when it comes to Iran. He's also made it clear to Israel he does not want Israel to use military action if necessary to stop Iran from getting nuclear weapons. Iran has threatened the United States more than they threaten Israel. This is a danger to us to allow Iran to get nuclear weapons, and Obama is turning a blind eye to this. It is a very frightening
Obama, you mean Biden, but I get the point.
Yeah, I mean Biden.
Mort Klein, I got to have you back. What if people want to reach you or reach your organization, where do they go? And Mr. Producer, put this on our site.
Well, we're the Zionist Organization of America.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The oldest pro-Israel group in the United States. Please go to ZOA.org. You can read all the things I've said and many other things, ZOA.org. And that'll tell you all ways to get involved with us. We have a mission to Israel coming up next month. If anyone's interested, go on our website and sign up. You can go with us. And I must say, I must add, it is deeply troubling that the anti-Semitism envoy, Deborah Lipstadt, has openly endorsed this terrible report, just as she's defended George Soros, just as she has defended and ignores Mahmoud Abbas's horrible actions against Jews. Mahmoud Abbas of the Palestinian Authority pays Arabs lifetime pensions to murder Jewish people, and Lipstadt never says one word about it.
And you brought her to my attention. She wrote a great book about the New York Times and the Holocaust, and you're the child of Holocaust survivors. Isn't that correct?
My parents are survivors of Auschwitz. I was born in the displaced persons camp in Germany. I came here when I was 4 years old.
And she has the nerve to defend this administration, which won't lift a finger, really, to fight real anti-Semitism, and has tried to appease Iran right to the end. Mort, where do people go? Remind us.
ZOA.org. Enormous amount of information about this and other issues concerning the Middle East. And
all right. Let's put it up on our websites. I mean, on our social sites. It's very easy to remember, ZOA.org, ZOA.org. I think you folks are going to love it out there. Mort Klein, God bless you, my brother. You take care of yourself.
God bless you. Thank you so much, Mark.